When and how do we apply for the bursaries?
Uh, it's a very broad question. There are so many. So the best thing to do to apply for bursaries is to look on the university's website where they are all listed, and they will all have deadlines and terms and conditions and things like that there. Some of them need to be applied for in advance. So if the question was posed by an applicant, now is a good time to go and have a look. If the question was posed by a current student, then there are still bursaries that you can apply for in year. There are some that are automatically assessed as well, which is like the Greenwich bursary is automatically assessed. No application is needed for that one. But it is best to start with looking online to see which criteria you meet for the individual ones that are available, because there are quite a few. The thing with that one, Greenwich bursary, when students make their application to Student Finance England, it's important that they consent to share, which is a box they just tick on the application form, which allows Student Finance England to share their household income with us. We then draw that information from an online system that is provided by the student loan company, and we use that as part of our assessment. So as long as students are new students, first year or year zero, and have a household income with the SLC of 25,000 or less, they will automatically be assessed for the Greenwich bursary. So that's where students are given, I believe it is now £350 on the Aspire card now, and then £350 around March time, and they get that money to spend with John Smith's or the Student Union over the 3 years or 4 years that they're on programme. So it doesn't have to be spent straight away.
And what would happen if, for instance, a student applied and the threshold was over 25,000, but their circumstances changed and say a parent lost their job or something like that?
Go back to SFE, asked to be reassessed. Any change in household income of more than 15%, you can ask to be reassessed by the student loan company. Yeah. So if they go back to the SLC, asked to be reassessed, then that assessment will then come through to our HEB system through the flow. But they could also email the Funds, Awards and Bursaries team and let them know that.
So Monique's asking whether this is it the Greenwich bursary Monique is asking is open to international students?
It isn't, I'm afraid. As with a lot of institutions, and to be honest, I think we've actually got a few more than a lot of other local universities in the southeast. International bursaries and scholarships are very individual. Every place has its own way of going in terms of offering these bursaries and scholarships, but generally they're government led, and they're what's called widening participation generally. So sometimes we receive a little bit of funding to provide awards to specific groups, and then sometimes we can offer our own funds, which happens quite a lot here at Greenwich. They're called FAB. They are FAB. They do their best. They really do try hard. Obviously that stands for Funds, Awards and Bursaries, but they are a really good team. So, you know, if they can help, they really, really do try to. And if a student is in distress and thinks that their income is now less than 25,000, then do email them. Let them know that you've asked for a reassessment by SFE, and they will keep an eye out for it.
Just on that point, Claire, I mean, just to give students an idea of how long it takes to actually process one of these applications.
They are doing them as swiftly as possible, but I believe the assessment time at the moment is around 1 week.